Aries, Aries, Aries. Listen, literally coming through a channeled message from the divine on your behalf. My name is Sharon, Project Fev, Tarot and More, intuitive empath at your service. How do you do? So this is literally like my second or third attempt to start and launch your video. So I just feel like the channeled message is literally coming through in a way that it's letting me know that you guys have tried to launch and like, I don't know how many times on this one particular project, but there's some type of vision that you have in your mind, some type of idea that you're steadfastly holding on to, and it hasn't come to fruition as of yet. And you guys are starting to get tired, and I think that some of you are starting to lose hope, lose faith, start to doubt. Okay, so the title that's coming through for your message today is Preconditioning, Deconditioning. You guys have got to work through what the world tells you you're supposed to do. Or, you know, like there's some of you out there that have this vision and these ideas, or this particular idea, and it's like, sorry you guys, as I'm channeling right now, the energy is coming through so strongly that it's tingling my entire face. Okay, so if you see me kind of touch or press, it's literally because my third eye and my crown chakra is so activated right now. It's literally like even causing me to be a little bit dizzy. So this energy is coming through intensely for you. There are Aries out there that need to hear this. You know, turn your YouTube on, click like, click subscribe, click that notification button, because there's going to be more messages coming through for Aries, not just for the month of March, but I'm going to break it down week by week if I have time and I can make it work with the divine and in my schedule. I'd like to do dailies. I'm going to build Project Fev into something along those lines. One CEO to another, dreamer, dreamer, dreamers. Okay, and I can tell you from my own experience that what has been going on with me for the last decade is transformation after transformation after transformation, and I have launch failed right in front of my friends and family, probably 5 or 6 times, where I've lost motivation and lost confidence in myself and my vision because of what other people thought it needed to be, and I paid too much credence to that, okay? And it's time to not just talk the CEO talk, it's time to walk the CEO walk. And I think that a couple of you, well, more than a couple of you, I think that channeling this Aries energy, what's coming through is that you guys are wondering where it's at, you know? Okay, so in the pre-intuition empathic read, what I got in a message from the divine is, you know, that you guys are trying to work this vision the way, somebody else's vision, your way, okay? And it's not going well, and it's been causing a lot of issues for you guys, okay? Yeah, here you go. The Magician card pops right out, okay? This is the card of manifestation, and it's a major arcana card, okay? Anytime I, as a tarot interpreter, have a major arcana card come through in my reading, this is something you can't choose. It's the universe working, and it's doing its due. Okay, so this is the card that lets you know that the universe is involved in this situation. It's coming from the divine. Okay, and it's the magician is wielding the power of all the elements. Okay, but it's only at the power of the one, or at the energy of the ace. Okay, in the tarot, you can see he's only got 1 cup. So it's about the initiation of the idea, about the initiation of the emotional attachment. It's about the initiation of the energy. It's about the initiation of the, you know, like the startup money for something like that. Okay, so if you want to channel the divine's energy and all of the elements that's here, you take the inspiration from the magician and then continue not inconsistently, but by being consistent and consistently applying this same energy and building that up over time to manifest your goal, okay? And what's happened is you guys get to like the energy of the 3 or the 4, and you reach that midpoint, you know, the 5 of Pentacles, where you have a setback and there's some type of you know, falling out, or you get, you know, the 5 of Wands and there's some kind of conflict that you have to work through, or you're the 5 of Swords and, you know, somebody snatched a few swords, or, you know, took something away from you, or the 7 of Swords, and you know, there's just, you know, people are pointing fingers and playing the blame game, or the Five of Cups. We didn't do the Five of Cups, right? Five of Cups. Okay, where there's just like this kind of like complacency, and nobody's really emotionally invested in your vision. Okay, you get to the halfway mark, and instead of resolving and working through those issues, it seems to all crumble, fall apart, and then you fall back to the energy of the Ace, which is okay, because you've fallen back, and it takes you guys a while to recover. You guys go on the rebound. So this is another thing that channeled through, is you guys kind of go on the rebound by participating in some self-indulgence, and I'll just call it that. It's not sober living, okay? We'll put it that way, because I channeled, you know, I channeled that song, Break On Through to the Other Side, but sober though. It was like, that was literally what they said, break on through to the other side, you know, just like the Doors, but sober though. I mean, you got to be sober. So, confidence has become somewhat of an issue because you just have setback after setback, and it seems like before you've had a chance to recover from the previous setback, you're having another setback or another tower moment. Okay, so the message that channeled through was, you got that CEO talk, it's time to do the CEO walk. It's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable what you're about to endeavor into, okay, but it can't be more uncomfortable than sleeping on a mattress in the back of a van, giving up, you know, all the aspects of life. So that startup money, here's the Ace of Pentacles coming through for you guys. That startup money, that startup capital, that startup foundation, it's there for you. And the universe is channeling this and providing it for you. But you got to get off your duff. You got to sober up, okay? And you have to stop messing around with all of these, you know, kind of like, not bad influences, but just bad energies. Oh, bad energies. That swings back to over here where it says something that's been kind of going through your head that you've been in your inner dialogue as well, demons. Because, you know, the world tells you to fight your demons, or fight your battles, you know, fight your demons. Well, demons, truth is, after all the cards are down and the shots fired, you're the only ones that have never truly left me. And you're pouring them a shot. And you're drinking with your demons. And you're kind of sitting there, you know, on the razor's edge. And, you know, just kind of getting a little too deep and hot and heady, like in a hedonistic way. You hanging out with all those Leos and Sages? I don't know what's going on with that. Leos had a little hedonistic behavior this past, or for the month of March, projecting into the month of March. And Saggies were definitely like, maybe even in trouble with the law for some of the stuff that they were doing. It sounds like it's a fire sign party and I wasn't invited. My invite must have gotten lost in the matrix. That's okay, guys. I understand. It's fine. I'll just sit here as my lone self Scorpio inside my house. That's okay. I don't need an invite anyway. So with the preconditioning, wow, okay. Here we go. We got a message coming through from money. So if you guys sober up, get on your game, CEO walk, here you go. Page of Pentacles came through. You're going to get that loan. You're going to get that approval, okay? Not because they see the vision, but because you do. And you're going to sell it, okay? You're going to get that startup capital. I don't know that it's coming from a bank, but that startup capital is there for you. But it's not going to be handed to you drunk and intoxicated. You have to sober up. You got to get your life right. God, Seven of Pentacles. Could you guys manifest any more abundance, wealth, and money for your situation? Like, whatever you guys want from this situation, the universe is literally like channeling it. So here's how the cards are coming out. The Magician came out, and then it was the Ace of Pentacles, and then you had the Page of Pentacles come out, and then this one, you know, the Seven of Pentacles fell right under that. So everything's channeling down from the Magician. Like, it's literally being like, here you go. All of the abundance that you want from this situation is here. But you have to activate through the power of manifestation by being consistent, remaining consistent, and figuring out how to resolve through the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s. Okay? You have to make it to the 10 so that you can get back to the Ace with the inspiration. Okay? Temperance came through. So you're finally going to be supported in that balance of emotion and intellect, okay? Because you have your silver chalice and your fire chalice. You are a fire sign, okay? This is about balance. This is a card of sometimes patience, okay? Temperance is to reel in some of that fire and channel it in a different way. That's what's coming through with the 2 major arcana. Take that fire, take that emotional fervency, and instead of drinking it down or stuffing it down and trying to hide it or trying not to feel it and deal with it, channel it through the magician and manifest all this. Manifest all of this. Just bring it, 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 bring it. You know, listen to the universe when it's telling you. Look at it, it's saying right here. Get off your duff. You know, and here you have a very masculine energy, very feminine energy. There's a good balance of both of that going on. And Aries, let's face it, you can put on fishnets, stockings, a skirt, and you can go to work with lipstick on. You don't care. You'll channel your feminine and your masculine energy with your big old muscles and tats. You'll show up right for the you know, business meeting that way, just to prove your point, right? So you're not turned off by your feminine aspect. You're not intimidated by someone who, you know, emits or emotes their feminine energy. No, this isn't about dominance. This isn't about domination. It's about dominating. Okay? It's like a dog fight. And you're the, you know, you're not the dog in the fight, but there's still fight left in the dog. Okay? And it just, you need to step back into the cage. You need to get back into the cage and take the lumps. And slow the pace of the fight. Take more control. Stop with the inebriation. Oh my God. Oh my God. More pentacles. Look at that. Because, you know, you guys aren't going to be wealthy enough already. Excuse me. Whatever idea you guys got coming through, whatever vision this is. Okay. 8 of Pentacles is the Apprentice card. Typically, he's working into the late hours. You can see. You got to smell LL what the rock is cooking, right? You guys got to, you know, channel that Knight of Pentacles energy. And gosh, yeah. I mean, like, what are you going to have all the pentacles out here? Like, seriously. Seriously. So then the other 2 cards that came out with that were the swords in reverse. Okay, so what you have worked through and what you have started to master, but you're not quite there yet, is this think, overthinking kind of thing that you got going on here. And then I think the other thing is that you're starting to control your emotionally charged, sharp words. Blah, 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 right? I don't know how many times that's gotten you in trouble or how many times it needs to get you in trouble before you just kind of go, it's probably not a good idea. I shouldn't do that. But I think that's kind of been a little bit of a demon for you, is your tongue, your mouth getting you in trouble, okay? And, you know, run your mouth, but back it up, right? Like Beyonce. Time to back up all that mouth. You can run it. It's time to back it up. Oh, CEO talk, CEO walk, right? That's what we said. CEO talk, CEO walk. Okay, no more tarot. I feel like that's done. Okay, so we're moving on to the Soul's Journey. I feel like there's some cards that are coming out for you as one flies through the air. Okay, so let's see what these cards have to say. We've got Judgment that popped out, Change, okay, Guilt. Are you guys dealing with some guilt? Need some growth? I feel like there's 2 more. You guys have some working to do here, right? Trust came out, but I don't feel like it's part of the spread. I think it's just a quick message, or not, because it literally just came out again. So as we're talking about it, it comes out again. That's funny. So trust that this magician is here for you and that your demons are not your friends, in fact, and that you have a lot more going on for yourself. Ooh, discipline and perseverance. Here we go, because we were just talking about those. These are the other two cards. Okay, so quick side note, trust the universe, okay? I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Okay, so this comes back to, I feel like this is channeling back to the original message here where it says that you're trying to work their vision in your way. You've been given your own individual vision to work in your way. So work your vision in your way. And I think the guilt comes from the fact that you haven't stepped out into your vision yet. But don't judge yourself. Okay, the Judgment card came out in reverse. Don't judge yourself for not stepping out yet independently, because that was all practice rounds on somebody else's dime. Okay, all the times that you stepped up to the plate to work it out in somebody else's vision with somebody else's company, you were practicing your managerial skills. You were practicing your CEO. Okay, so don't let anybody naysay you. Let the haters hate. Don't let them participate. Okay. So the message on the cards for the Judgment card is, I understand, this is probably like the mantra, the acceptance part that it's there. For the Judgment card here is, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Ooh, yeah, literally just said that. And we're talking about that, and I'm channeling that message as, you know, we're talking about the Judgment card, literally, like literally. Yeah. So you have your own unique individual vision. You've been growing and changing into that, okay, because here comes the other two cards. But guilt has gotten in your way from your own judgment, okay? You've judged yourself, or you've allowed other people to judge you for the mistakes that you've made, or what's considered failures by, you know, the world standards. And it's not a failure if, you know, if you get back up and you pick up the bat and you step up to the plate again. It's not a failure, it's a practice. You're at practice. And like I said, it's on somebody else's dime. I mean, does it get any better than that when you get to practice on somebody else's dime and it doesn't cost you much to do it? So yeah, so you haven't hit that abundance vein yet, but look at, you've got all these pentacles coming through for you now. So release the guilt. The card says, here's the guilt card here. Look at, and it almost has, like, this is probably one of the only cards that doesn't have a mandala symbol on it. It literally has like this swirling, mesmerizing thing, because it's, I think guilt can sometimes reel you in that way, right? If you're feeling really bad about it, it can just reel you into that whole spiral downwards, into not just the guilt, but the giving up and the losing the vision and the lack of confidence, the lack of self-worth, or the hit that you take to your confidence and self-worth. Yeah, but I think in the end what ends up happening is, you know, you end up being stronger for it. So the card's mantra here says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Oh, and then here we have the growth card, right? Yeah, here it is, the growth card. Growth card came out too, with change. So change isn't always easy. Evolution and ascension doesn't always feel good. But, you know, here's the thing. When you're stepping out and you feel like everything else is falling away, that's you leveling up. That's what leveling up feels like. That's what it looks like. When you channel the energy into your own life, you get on a plane and it's a jet set plane. I mean, you're there by yourself with your staff. The Rock doesn't fly with very many people, but he's built that empire to be there. Why does he keep channeling through as an example? There must be some of you guys out there that really admire what he's built, you know, from the start of being rejected by, you know, the NFL, and then look at what he's become. Thank God he wasn't an NFL player, because that would have limited him, right? He would have been trapped inside somebody else's vision, and he would have been working somebody else's vision and trying to do it in his own way. So thankfully, it didn't work out that way, and he was released from what he thought in his ego was what he wanted. And that's how the divine works. Is it's like, no, your vision isn't big enough. Your vision doesn't have enough abundance for you. Your vision and your egocentric pursuits is only a little part of what is in store. So practice your role. Go to this little place over here, get this job. Doesn't matter if you get fired. In the long run, in the grand scheme of everything, it doesn't matter if you get fired, if you put the bottle down and you get back up and you charge forward with your vision and don't let the naysayers talk you down. Change that, okay? Aries is a sign, you know, you guys are the warrior. And sometimes that war energy gets channeled into relationships with people, but that warrior spirit is not about fighting people. You know, warriors and soldiers go to war to fight ideas and make change. And I'm sorry to say that that's the way that it is, but that's the way that it is. You know, collectively as a whole, an entire group of people that believed in one thought process went to war so that slaves could be freed. Thank God they did that. Thank God they did that, that they were willing to die and willing to kill for this idea to bring forth change. Aries, that's what your calling is. You're here from the divine to be the soldier and be dutiful in that, to transform the world's ideas and bring forth change. No pressure, right? Jeez. No pressure. Jeez. I felt like if that were me, that would be like, I couldn't handle that. That's why I'm not an Aries. Good God. Whew, I'm gonna need a minute here. Wow, goodness gracious. Oh, thanks, divine. But the great thing about that is you have been given everything that you need, which is really what the magician represents. You have everything that you need at your fingertips just to wield the powers of it, and boom. Okay, so if you focus your energies on your demons and that, you're going to be really good at it, right? Some of you guys are really good partiers. You're really good drinkers. You're really good at it. Yeah. Okay, so change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Okay, Aries, you're all about movement. Okay, movement in the mind, which is why you guys sometimes struggle with anxiety and your words are sharp and harsh. Because when you focus that energy into your verbalization of what's going on the inside, it's like you're throwing daggers, you're throwing spears, and you guys are the, you know, I mean, seriously, you're the Spartans. You know, you're going to hit your target every time, or you're not even going to throw the spear because that's valuable resources for you. Okay. So the growth card brings with it another mantra for you guys. And it says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Okay. So Rumi, I think, R-U-M-I, has a famous quote, and I'm not going to even try to misquote it, but it talks about, and I think that, I can't, okay, come on, divine, you got to give me the people who these are, if I'm going to make these examples, right? So, you know, basically the principle that's coming forward with it is how powerful and lethal is a warrior who understands his opponent. He understands his, you know, you understand where I'm going with this? Because there's so much coming through, I can't even channel the words directly. But it's like, there are so many examples of that in movies, in art, in philosophy, how, you know, the art of war is all about knowing your enemy, know thine enemy better than yourself, you know, if you want to overcome. So maybe that's why you've gotten so intimate with your demons, huh? Now you know how they work. Ooh, very good. I like that message from the divine. Maybe that's why you're friends with your enemies. Frenemies. Okay. Discipline and perseverance came through together. And I love how they're both purple. That's one of my favorite colors. But at the same time, it kind of makes them more cohesive in their message for you guys too. So with perseverance, it's the mantra is, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And Aries, yes, yes, you can. I have seen it. It's not a myth. I have seen it. I can, oh, and this is discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I think these are the same card. I know they have different words on them, but they literally almost say the same thing. You can do and accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so what's, we already know what's holding you guys back. You're kind of in your own way, and you've got to wrestle with your demons, and you kind of have to work through your demon energy here a little bit, because I don't think you've realized that the intimate bond that you have with them is so that you can art of war the heck out of that situation. Okay? You're going to rise up out of this. You really are. Okay? You're going to break through the preconditioning, deconditioning. You're going to be deconditioned from your preconditioning, and you're going to, you know, take some of these ideals and you're going to pilot them forward. And if you have to go to war in order to represent them, Aries, go to war. That's who you are. Stop fighting petty little battles with people who don't matter. Stop fighting petty little wars with people that aren't going to bring about that revolution. You guys are the Che Guevaras of the zodiac. What are you doing at the local bar fighting with, getting into bar fights? Are you serious? With that petty nonsense? Are you serious right now? Aries, are you serious? Come on, do the work. Okay, so the answers you need are coming. So they're right around the corner. They're close. This is not, you know, the long haul anymore, okay? When that card comes up for me in a reading, that means like be on the ready. It's coming, and not like in months. You know, Mercury retrograde might be bringing around this final phase that you need to close out and work and really, you know, tie up these loose ends on, psychologically tie up these loose ends on that. And then some adjustments are required. So, and we were talking about that too, like, you know, working your vision your way, not somebody else's vision. So, yeah, that's come through for that. And here's the last one. Last little bit of advice here comes from the, no, not from this deck. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's coming from the Wild Offering Oracle, the Tasha Silver deck, with the depiction of Ganesh on the top, which is the remover of obstacles. And I don't know necessarily what Hindi background. I don't know if this is a deity in Hindi. We'll have to look it up because I don't like to misquote that kind of stuff. I need to do my research before I start talking, running my mouth. So we're waiting on some cards that are going to show Aries, or illuminate for Aries what is happening. Okay, so here we go. When we're talking about addictions and we're talking about overindulgence, okay, body comes out for you guys, okay? And then loneliness. You guys are solo artists in this, okay? And CEOs are not the entire army, right? They're not the entire company. They're just the leader of that. So warrior needs to step up as the general, as the leader, and he needs to, she needs to, he needs to. This isn't about feminine or masculine energy. Like I said, Aries, you guys equally embody both, and proudly. And I love that about Aries. Like Aries that embody the male anatomy are so in touch with their feminine sides, they don't care. Like they'll express their femininity, they don't care. They'll cry right in front of you. They're unapologetically. Like I can't tell you. Like there's something incredibly sexy about a man who's totally in touch with his feminine side. Or he'll go in the kitchen shirtless with his big freaking muscles hanging out of his apron. Okay? Still has the big freaking muscles, no shirt, but he'll have this dainty little apron with lace on it. Don't care. Cooking in the kitchen, don't care. He's a man whether that apron's on him or not. What difference does it make? And I'm like, well, then why even wear the apron? But anyway, so loneliness is when you stop fearing your aloneness, because when you have fear of being alone, that is the feeling and sensation of loneliness. When you stop fearing your loneliness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. Bottle. May I embrace and love my solitude. Not too much. Sober though. Remember? We came back to that. Break on through to the other side. Just sober though. Okay? And that's when kindred spirits can finally come. Aw, yeah, kindreds. See, Aries, that's what you guys need. You need some kindred spirits in your life. You need some people who are like your demons. No matter what happens, they're going to love you through it and stick with you. Okay, but just remember that when you ascend... Could you stop it? Seriously? Money card came out for you guys. I'm starting to really not feel bad for you. Like... He's about to, I can't, I mean, hey Aries, hi. All my finances are now in divine order. Love itself knows my needs and is the source for all. I needn't cling to gain or fear loss. Every need will be met through offering all to the divine. Give it up to the divine. Release it, take care of your body, stop with the smoking and the drinking and the overindulgence in illicit substances, be sober. Take a path to sobriety. Get your mind right, get your psychology right, because it's going to need to be right so that you don't get taken advantage of, because let's face it, when you start to get loyal to people, everything that's yours is theirs. And you'll go for ruin because that's your nature. You're an Aries. If you have to battle and go to ruin, you'll go to death. And then you're left without the person that you went and died for. Nice. Okay, so now I can understand why you might be cozying up to your demons, because they're a bit more loyal in your life because they always show up. So I get that, but it's time to ditch and dodge that preconditioning. It's time to step into your role and exact your own vision. It's time to manifest with the power of the magician, understanding that the divine is on your side. It's got your back. And get that money. Hey, hey, getting that money. Getting that money. I like that reading for you guys. That feels like, okay, so at the beginning of the reading, I was like, it was coming through so intense. And now I just feel like, you know what? It is going to be a party on the other side, but it's going to be a classy party, right? Not back of the van by yourself with a mattress and a bottle of whatever you're drinking. Jack? You guys Jack Daniels, guys? Most of you guys are. Most of you Aries like the Jack. You like the whiskey. So click like, click subscribe, click the notification button so that you can get more from me, Sharon at Fev Tarot, or Project Fev, Intuition, Empath, Intuitive Empath, and more. Geez, tongue-tied. Yeah, more from me. Thanks for listening, you guys. I love that you guys are here, and you give me an outlet and a channel so that I can step out into my gifts, and I hope that resonated with somebody out there and it was really helpful. Really, that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing, putting myself out there for you guys. Okay, bye, thanks.